What are you waiting for?
Come join the Geek Drums Nation.
Hey,
What's up, people?
it's
How's everybody doing today?
we're back.
It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a weird couple of weeks, but we are back.
Isn't DJ Eric supposed to be here?
Just waiting to
I did.
see what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah,
He liked my post, so there's that.
yeah, but he might be behind. I got other people that I want to bring in if Eric and Paige can't jump on. But how's everybody doing, man? Um, I am on the mend. I'm good. Everybody knows what happened. I'm I'm getting back to me.
Mm,
I am good, Kazi. What's up, Andy? I see you're here.
mm.
It's one of the people I was waiting for to see. Is has everybody been having a productive day? Today's a very big day for our fandom. You know that, right? It's a very, very
Mhm.
big day. It is the 10-year anniversary of the Arrowverse.
Crazy.
Flash freak. But yeah, it's been 10 years. It's really been 10 years.
That means I was 19 when it started.
Yep. Like 10 years. Like that's nuts to me. Um I mean it depends on what time he does it because I have to be at work in the morning and the late night streams they don't really work for me because I be dead tired in the morning. Excuse me. But man, everybody coming down in the chat, what was your favorite show out of the Arrowverse shows? What was your favorite show and what was your least favorite show? For me, my favorite has always been Flash. I loved it. Um, Funny story. Honestly, I was not into the idea of a live action Flash show when when I first saw the set photos, but that was just me being naive and stupid. So yeah,
For me, it was I was not too keen on someone taking over Justin Hartley's role
yeah,
as a Green Arrow.
I wasn't either.
I
Uh,
was like 7 when Smallville started, so I was like I had my mind set on one Green Arrow, and they went in different direction. Though they proved me wrong, so
yeah,
there's that.
Kita, I don't plan on streaming that long. I only plan on being on here for an hour. I have a tiny guest with me. I'm on dad duty today, being a husband and a father. My wife had something to do and I already had this pre-planned. So, I have a tiny guest with me and the rest of my tiny guests are running around my house. So, if I can jump on, I can. If he's going live in about an hour. I don't, I'm an after party regular.
Something I want to be, but
So, of course I'd jump on there. Live in 54. Okay, cool. 54 minutes. That works for me. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on and, you know, I haven't done one of these in a while. And I'm not gonna step on anybody else's toes or whatever. I know Eric's doing his live stream and I want to jump on there and give my thoughts. But yeah, man. 10 years. That is crazy. Flash is my favorite. My least. What? That's on you.
Oh, that's why. Okay, it's the headphones. I unplugged my
Yo.
headphones so that
Oh, see,
and my
I knew
mic's
I
picking
wasn't.
up the
I knew I
TV.
wasn't tweaking. But what's up, Cal? Yeah, Flash is my favorite, and my least favorite would have to be. Don't hit me, but Legends of Tomorrow. I wasn't a diehard Legends fan, like especially towards the end. The hype started to die down for me because they just became a shell of what they were, but it worked for them. So I mean, hey,
Yeah, early seasons Legends for me. Not like it's not my favorite, but my someone on Twitter was like, "How come if you don't mention Supergirl?" So I'm gonna mention it. My favorite Supergirl. But realistically, it's the Flash, of course. But I did enjoy the Arrow. My hype, the one I really liked was when Barry Allen was introduced on Arrow, which by definition he's been Barry Allen for 10 years, the Flash for 9.
that's true. That is very true. This guy knows his information, and just like in Paige's video that he put up today, Smallville ran for 10 years and turned into something else. With the
Hmm.
Arrowverse ran for 10 years and possibly can turn into something else with Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois did what Arrow did coming out of Smallville. No,
Hmm.
I'm not saying it's gonna be called the Superverse. Superman and Lois could do exactly what Smallville did and just have all of that stuff on that Earth. They could do that.
Yep.
My favorite season of Arrow, I'd have to say five. What about you, Three Dub?
Season 1, but the second is season 5 for Arrow.
I did not Flash Freak. I did not. Actually, I might have because I just keep talking about it.
Yeah, what was your favorite Arrow season? Because you totally paused on my
Season
end.
5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Flash. Oh, speaking of which, Flash Freak. Next week is going to be a like full hour and a half, however long we normally be going. For my live stream is
Mhm.
going to be like regular length. I'm gonna have Flash Freak on. We could talk about Stargirl, the She-Hulk finale, anything of that nature. I just wanted to. I haven't been on here and talked to you guys in so long, and today was the perfect day to do it. Everybody's doing their 10-year Arrowverse, celebrations or whatever. This was easier than me trying to record a video because I still had to work today. Um, I had to work today. I had to do an MRI today. I had to do physical therapy today. I had a lot, but the only thing I was thinking about was the Arrowverse 10-year anniversary and how they gave us nothing. Chat, how do
Mhm.
you feel about that? Hey, Laura. Flash Freak, you have a odd obsession with OnlyFans. Is there something you want to tell us? I'm not judging. Yes, it's very disappointing, Laura. You are telling the 100% truth. It's very disappointing that we got nothing. Why do I keep unplugging my ring light? What are you dropping over there, Three Dubs?
The microphone.
Oh, thought it was
I
it
dropped the
moist?
mic.
Was it moist?
No,
No.
it fell off the table.
Yes, I am. I'm very excited. I love seeing Tom Welling in anything he does. He's an exceptional actor, and me being a Superman fan, and him being one of my favorite interpretations of the Clark Kent character. Oh, he's on something. Sign me up. He's back on the CW. Like, what more could you ask
What's
for?
kind of funny is I'm kind of what? Oh yeah. I'm kind of sad that he. Well, I know what's going to happen is he's going to be possessed by the yellow-eyed demon just later in life. But what happened to him to grow gray hair? And
And go bald in the middle, and to start looking like that other guy. Shut up, train. Kazi says, I feel absolutely disgusted that for a 10-year-old universe, by lying and manipulating those same fans for Superman and Lois when they could have just said it was separate and we would still be excited about it. I cannot argue with that. It's nuts from where we were at Earth X and Elseworlds in Crisis to have absolutely zip for the anniversary, not even a crossover plan because of the Arrowverse kind of changing perspectives. Y'all are coming with the heat, but I can't argue with that either. Chainsaw, what's up, man? And yes, it's crazy. It's been 10 years. Like, honestly, I was just telling him, I was, after Smallville, I didn't want to give Arrow a chance because I'm like, okay, this guy doesn't even look like Oliver Queen. I was one of those.
no blonde.
Yeah, no blonde anywhere. I'm like, oh, this guy is killing people. My phone is sitting on top of my interface. Um, I didn't get a text though, so I had to start beeping. It's been sitting there for the longest. Anyway, I was like, oh, this guy, he can't possibly do a great job. I'm like, Stephen Amell, I saw him on Vampire Diaries. What are we talking about? Um, but my wife at the time, when she was my girlfriend, she said, hey, I know you're into superheroes, and I saw some clips online of this show Arrow. I think you will really like it. Um, when I tell you, we literally binge had because I didn't start Arrow until season 3. Do not crucify me. I did not start Arrow until season 3. When I tell you we binge watched season 1 and 2 on Netflix, just to be caught up by the time season 3 started. Oh, definitely. Because honestly, the first Arrowverse show that I watched from the beginning was The Flash. And honestly, do not do not tell Canada Graphs I said that. But when I first saw his initial set photos of season 1, that kind of threw me off the show because I'm like, oh my god, the suit looks terrible. I was looking for the comic accurate, skin tight joint. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I mean, we didn't get that, but we have it now, and it's progressed. I understand what we had. I understand what we had to build up to, and I'm glad I joined in on this fandom because I love DC Comics. I love the Arrowverse. What's up, Andy?
What's up? How you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm good.
You're doing all right? Been
Yep.
keeping
yeah.
in
I'm
my
going to
thoughts.
drop off real quick to switch to a different device.
Okay.
Yo, I'm glad you're doing all right. I been thinking about you.
I'm good. I am good. I am good.
Glad to hear it.
I did had a random MRI today so they could see what's pinched all up in here and started physical therapy. So it should be back to no pain and no time, just working it out, trying to get my body back used to. It's just the shock of everything, I guess. It's still in there.
God bless that everyone is alive and healing, and I'm sure we could have used Barry Allen's speed healing, but I'm sure you will heal
Definitely.
in your own safe time for sure. But yeah, it's today's a crazy day.
Crazy day. Like honestly, especially like New York they could have did something at New York Comic Con. Like I understand the regime is changing.
Yep.
I completely understand. But it's like, come on, give us something. Your favorite season of Flash is season 3? Mine's is season 2.
Yeah, for me, I see season three. It's so funny because like I even with my listeners, I've always had we've all it's always been this kind of divide of they really like season three, whereas I am like very mixed on season three, um, because I just felt it got just a little too dark for my own taste.
Yeah.
So, but no, I season two, yeah, season one and two are definitely like among my favorites. But yeah, three is like I have favorite episodes of season three. Um, but I don't know if it's a stable good season. Like, again, because I feel like the Flashpoint thing should have been longer. And I
Yeah.
feel Saboteur in
Yeah.
the end is just
That was everyone's like major criticism. It's like the Flashpoint, it was cool, but you could have spread that out over the entire season. I get we saw the repercussions and it affected the entire season, but the initial Flashpoint timeline was just too quick for me.
I would here's what I would have done. I would have done it for 8 episodes, and then when we get into whatever the crossover was that year, I think it was Invasion
Yeah.
because that was all right. It was Invasion because that was the crossover when they go and half of the team were like, "I'm petty, I'm angry with you, Barry," and like everyone was like, "I'm not gonna work with Barry because he screwed up the timeline. We're just gonna let these aliens invade us." I'm like, when Oliver is the one that makes sense, something is completely wrong. I'm like, when he's the logical one, I'm like, okay, this has gone to hell.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, but I feel like 22 episodes. I think I would have got sick of Flashpoint at that point. But I felt at least like you do 8 episodes. We are still in that Flashpoint universe and world, whatever. And then when we get back, that's when we do the crossover. But I wasn't. I'm not in charge of the Flash, so
Yeah, and I'm like, maybe we could have seen a little bit more, but at the same time, I get it and I understand how they when I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I liked how they went about trying to, merge everything in the universes and basically saying like Flashpoint was it's a different timeline, but they could still access it. That was kind of cool. Another way to expand Cisco's powers even more. But I mean, it's over. It's done now. This is we can sit here and wish all we want. I was
unless
hoping for
unless Eric Wallace does something in season nine,
yeah. I
I don't
mean,
know.
I hope so. I'm putting this much faith in him.
Oh come on. I mean, I'm excited about what we know about season four. No, season nine. Good lord, I'm going back in time. I'm
I
excited.
spit up on him.
Did you spit up on yourself?
No, my daughter did. I didn't even
It,
realize I had it on my shirt.
is she all right?
Yeah, no, she's good. She sleep. I burped her and I didn't know anything came out with it. I burped her before the stream started. Kinda-
Well, what was I saying? No, I was saying. No, I mean, season nine. From what I've seen and from the little stuff that I know, it does sound very exciting, and I'm hoping. So hopefully they'll stick the
Hey,
landing because it's the last Earth Prime show we have.
Is Jesse Quick coming back to life?
I'm hoping so. That's like I've tried asking Eric at least twice, and he's dodged the question. So either there's a reason why we haven't seen her yet, or he's just trying to mess with me. But next time I talk, I'll try to be like, hey, listen, just bring all them species together one last time.
Give us
Just
that splash page from like majority of the comics in like the past year alone. Just give us that splash page. Like Eric, you've done some really cool stuff on screen. I feel as if you could give us that classic splash page that you see of like just the speedsters running together. Like, come on, man, just give us this already, just one time.
it's the current run that's
Yep.
going on. Yeah, I would love that. I would love to see like I have one favorite where it's from the Flash Rebirth. It's a comic that's almost like the early 2000s, but like there's a two splash page where like they're all running together, something kind of that form because at this point we almost have. all of them. We have. I mean, the only one that's really missing is just Max Mercury at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but what was that? Sorry, you were reading a question from someone. I'm sorry. I mean to interrupt.
Lara says I was hoping for at least having special interviews with cast members of Arrowverse shows. That I would have taken that, and like the slap in the face. I posted it on Twitter earlier. I don't know if anybody in the chat has seen it, but they brought back their Dare to Defy thing after like abandoning it at the CW upfronts. It's a Stevie Wonder song now.
New motto: not dare to defy anymore. It's dare to love.
Dare to love, defy hate.
Okay.
Either way,
It's
I
like
didn't know that.
yeah, it has nothing to do with you don't see anybody from like the Flash or Stargirl. Um it's basically just like All American in Gotham Knights. But it's just like what are you doing?
yeah,
What-
don't love the direction they're going for. No matter if they double dog dare me.
You guys hear that? Can you hear it?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if you want to play it in case of copyrights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would just mute. You can. I think you can play the video at least. What are they? Oh,
I just want to
Nice
get
to
like a
see
little
Matthew Barr in it.
this just seems like a good ad for like listening to music.
yeah.
Why
just-
are they?
I just get a little snippet of the song and I'll cut it off.
Of how other people treat you.
We're very separated.
Oh, now they've been caring about diversity. Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah, like it's just the Winchesters, All American, and Gotham Knights. Mind you, Gotham Knights isn't out till next year.
Mm-hmm.
They could have put, I don't know, Flash.
I guess the
Could've
only
got Wreck.
the only counterpoint of that is, because it could all depend on filming schedules, because sometimes some of these promos they're not contractually obligated to do some of them. I think it's more relevant for like the newer shows, and that's the thing. Like, you see they're promoting most of the newer. Again, I haven't seen this full promo, but seeing this promo is mostly about the newer dramas that are coming up, which is. I mean, not that I don't like to give CW that much credit of like they actually know how to market things, but that's usually what they do is that they will do sizzle reels, and most of the time they will give us material cast member from the newer shows, and then you get snippets of older shows, but usually they just recycle footage, which is I'm like, that's exhausting.
Andy.
Okay. Okay, let me listen, Lance. I don't know if you watched. Here's what happened. My power went out on Friday on my birthday, and here's the thing. I'm still like learning how to like own a home or whatever, and I didn't know how to turn my power back on. So like I'm sitting here in complete darkness, no mobile data working, nothing. I have nobody I can reach to. I could have left the house and just gone to my parents' house, but I'm sure, like, because they're old, they were probably asleep. But thankfully, one lucky neighbor was coming in. I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry to bother you, but could you help me get the power back? They're like, boy, you're old enough to know how to put your own power. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Did you try the breaker?
Yeah, I like. Did you try turning it? Yeah, like poor things already. I'm so. And he had tried. Like it took me like over an hour until I got it back, and he apparently tried calling me like 6 times or whatever. But so yeah, he's gonna hang that over my head for the rest of of my life, as far as I know. So yeah, everyone is bad. I'm canceled. I shouldn't even be here.
Let me see. Let me go through some of these comments. What did I leave off at? Jesus, I forgot where I stopped at.
Oh,
Well,
sorry,
Flash Freak, you get an L for this because Smallville is the GOAT. Like, I
You
don't
get
know
like
what you've been doing. but
217 L's.
yeah. Boruto's cool, but it's not Smallville.
Boruto.
The vampire. Oh, I'll always show the vampire. I love the vampire. I'm not afraid to. I'm a 30-year-old man, and I just got done. I watched every season in full. Like I was hurt when Legacies was canceled. All right, I will
Ooh.
always put
Aw.
respect on that. You didn't start Arrow till season 5. Well, then I don't feel that bad for not starting until season 3.
I started right after Smallville, so
Yes, he is, Laura. That's what I find funny. He's on 2 shows that's on the CW now.
what's funny is he's on 3 WBs. He's on the Professionals. He's on the Winchesters. He's also on Lucifer.
Oh,
And-
yeah. He never strays too far from WB. But they did say in the Talkville podcast that they fought hard for him to get cool with the CW presidents. So I mean, it's good that he stays in touch with them, no matter how many dumb decisions they make.
He was also the producer of Hellcats.
Oh yeah, I watched Hellcat. I remember that he was he did in the final season of Smallville where he was like, is he gonna show up for the cameo as something with Tom Welling? But no, he was
I know that there's a reason why I watched Hellcats, and that was because there was an actress called from actress who appeared in Phil of the Future on Disney Channel.
Oh, Alan Mishak. Yeah, that's where I watched her too. That's why I was watching it. Then I watched her on the. She was the reason I wanted to watch iZombie.
And I can't remember.
I love iZombie.
Can't remember, but I think the other one was Ashley Tisdale, but I'm not entirely sure. It was another blonde.
Yeah, I knew of her, but I forgot that she was going to be on Hellcats. And then when she popped up, I'm like, oh, it's Savannah from High School Musical, which I will admit I watched High School Musical when I was growing up. But she was actually really good. She was actually really good on the show.
She was even better on
Robert takes an L for this because we don't. I know it's satire, but we don't want Ramsey stirring any pots. He already stirred the pot with his alleged comments on turning in a second draft of the script for Justice U. What universe is it in, David? Is it in this Superverse with Gotham Knights that you told these other YouTubers in these interview lines, which I still don't see how you're giving all of this speculation, but I'll leave it alone.
Mm.
Marlon's with me. Even if the Flash ends on a good note, it would still be a bad finale for the Arrowverse. People are still writing hate pieces on the entire universe. I mean, it's not supposed to wrap up the entire Arrowverse. Yeah. I just want honestly, guys, I just want the Flash to wrap up the Flash. Every other show got. Okay, I won't say that. Batwoman didn't get to wrap up. But they ended on a note as to where they could reference what happened in Gotham with that Grim Reaper thingy. They could reference that on Flash and say, or we see an Easter egg about it in a newspaper. They could reference that. Legends, they're just in time jail. You don't necessarily have to say, we see where they went. But we also do know that they might get, well, I guess, never mind, because we saw Booster change the timeline to make them get arrested in the first place. So we can just assume that they're going to stay in time jail. I'd be fine with that. They couldn't screw up the timeline anymore. I'd be fine with that. Just end the Flash. Just end the Flash and end it well. Don't kill him. Don't take him back to the night where his mom died and he's randomly in his season 1 suit again. Like I keep seeing people talking about, and that is a terrible idea. Like, that's not how television works.
I will say that. I don't want to get killed off. I agree with you. I think that's the dumbest way of ending the show after. Especially, we know it can't end that way because Bard Nora grew up with with Barry. But I do think at some point during the season we should see Barry, at least go back in time for that night, having that moment with Reverse Flash, and then we come back and we find out where did he go after he fought Reverse Flash in the past?
Yeah,
not the way that season, the series finale should end, but I feel like at least something. That's another nice way to bring Matt Letcher back and kind of bring that into to fruition. Because I agree with you. I think you're perfectly spot on that we don't need no barrier to die. I don't need it at all, especially after 9 years of running and putting up with metahumans over here, metahumans over there, etc.
Laura, it doesn't start for me until it he has it up, but it's not live for another 28 minutes. It starts at 6:30 my time, so I'm going to stream until then. Then I'm jumping on his stream because I didn't want to. I just wanted to get on here and give you guys something because, like I said, I haven't been on here in about what
4 weeks.
4 weeks. The last time I streamed was literally the week of my accident. So yeah, and Kita, to answer your question, if any lawyers or anything see this video, the emergency room doctor said yes. I will say it is very uncomfortable and painful because they're assuming that I have a pinched nerve. It's something with the nerves in my left arm because when the crash happened, I did tense up like to brace myself. I shouldn't have braced myself that hard on the steering wheel, but it it caused a bruise in my shoulder. But even if the bruise did like semi heal, it's still if I overwork this arm, it still causes like a lot of tense pressure, and I just experience random times of numbness. Like I could literally be sitting. I'll be sitting here at the desk, like typing something, and then I just won't be able to feel my hand. I know it's there. I can move it. It's just like if your foot falls asleep. So yeah, I'm still able to play. I have to pull it back some. I've tried to do like a few church services or whatever. Everybody knows the situation. They see me doing too much and they see I'm getting physically uncomfortable in the face. They just tell me to move, which is the responsible thing to do. So, I mean, I'm doing this physical therapy thing until if they tell me to stop. I mean, I have to be the responsible one and stop because I want to keep full use of, my arm. But, I mean, it's not a break. I can still move it. Just nerve damage is reversible. So, yeah.
One day at a time.
Yep, just taking it one day at a time. It's weird, but taking it one day at a time. Yeah, Justin, we talked about it. I'm so down. Like when Ragu sent me the press release yesterday, he sent it to me. I was literally sitting inside of one of my church services. I was in the hallway and he sent it to me, and I ran around in a circle. I went in the hallway and literally was like jumping because this is the biggest news ever. I saw that he was live and I'm like, maybe he's just supporting Jensen because him and Jensen are cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, maybe he's just there supporting him because he was at New York Comic Con. But no, when they announced him on there, I'm like, oh, I'm all for it. Like I cannot. Winchester starts tomorrow. I have my DVR set. I'm ready.
It's kind of funny that Tom Welling,
Very sad.
Jensen Ackles, was literally going to be Clark Kent and then guest starred in season 4 of Smallville, and now 10 years later he's actually on his show, just not like acting with him. But yeah.
They finally made it happen because I know they kept like even back when Smallville was on, they always kept joking about like, oh, because they were filming. I think their sets were like extremely close.
Yeah, they were like real close.
Have you ever heard a story of when he snuck into the I don't know what the car is called, but like they were filming something and Sam and Dean comes out of the car and then Tom Welling comes out like in the red jacket, blue t-shirt, everything. And they're like, what the hell? Why is he here? That was I wish someone had filmed it. That was hilarious Tom Welling story I had ever heard. So
speaking of Smallville, has anybody seen the artwork for the new Superman comic?
Which one?
Clark is back as like the main Superman. And
thank goodness.
It's his it's like the Superman family now. It has Nat, the real Natasha Irons, John Kent, Connor Kent, Kara, and Kong Keenan, which is the Superman of China, and they're all sporting, Smallville style jackets.
Wow.
Smallville is the blueprint.
Smallville is the blueprint.
By the way, speaking of Smallville, if y'all had seen my face when this bro kept DMing me, like he read through season 11, and I'm
I
like,
had to. It's
I'm
that
like, what
good.
have I done?
It's that good. Like I kid you not. Smallville season 11 is that good.
Well, I'm glad. Let's see. Oh, this one. Okay.
Now
Who are all these people?
the only thing that does not make sense to me, how did Clark age down?
Yeah, like this is.
Well, he apparently got his powers back, so he either took off the blue ring and he just gradually just aged down, like, because it doesn't affect him anymore, or it's an alternate version,
No,
aka the real Smallville.
Okay, Clark, Kara, obviously one of them is Superboy.
no, this isn't Smallville comics.
No. I get that. I'm just trying to figure like who, because there's so many.
Yep,
There's
it's
there's two tiny kids. I don't know who they are.
the twins. I don't know who the twins are, but the one on the far, well, going from left to right, if you're looking at the screen, it's Connor, Kara, John. Who this art style on adult John, it works for me. I love this art style for him. And it's going back to how he had the jacket as a kid with the little shoulder pads on it, and his cape came from that. He just doesn't have a cape now. And the one on the far right is his name is Kong Kenan. He is the Superman of China. Back when they first started doing Rebirth,
Oh yeah.
they did the experiments. Got the Flash of China, Wonder Woman of China, Batman of China. He's just a Superman. He had the best story arc because he only did it because it was like providing money or something. He only signed up for the experiments. Like he was just going to get power. He didn't care about saving people. He had to grow to learn to be a part of the Superman family. Like his first interaction with Clark, he didn't even know Clark could speak Chinese. That's what I love about the book. He doesn't speak any English. His books are like in the complete perspective of he's speaking straight Chinese. Avery Ho, she was born in America. She got her powers in the Speed Force storm. She just went to China to join the Justice League of China. Kong Kenan, the Batman from there, and the Wonder Woman from there. And they have a weird version of Aquaman. It's like a serpent, or that might be Wonder Woman. I haven't read the comic in a while, but they're all from China. That perspective of that book is them just speaking Chinese the entire time. It's really dope.
Okay, that's then Natasha is on the on the middle, and then the two kids are.
I don't know who they are. I've been trying to figure that out.
Because I thought when you were saying that, I thought you meant because I'm gonna see if I can share this image. It's from because there was another comic that got, and now that I'm like, Natasha, I don't remember anything of that. Let's see if I can find.
I'm surprised Steel isn't on this. But I mean, Steel is on this because Natasha is also Steel, but John Irons.
To comment on Ragu's comment, Tom actually turned it down like 3 times before he accepted.
Let's see.
Clark Kent Smallville.
While he's looking that up, Laura, my thoughts on the Titans and Doom. First of all, the Doom Patrol trailer caught me completely off guard with the singing butts. As per usual, I loved it. And Titans called me crazy, but last season was a step up for me. It still dropped the ball in the back half, but I'm excited to see what they do this season. I like Beast Boy's new costume. The fact that we're getting Lex Luthor and Joshua Orphan showed up to New York Comic Con with a shaved head. We might be getting the storyline of where he starts to take on a Lex persona, but fights it off. Him meeting Lex. Hopefully one day we can get a Superman on there.
Did you see the tease for Lex?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I loved it. And also, this is the same comic run. It's gonna be the same comic run.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, see here it looks like he's like properly aged.
Yeah, the art from the other one makes him look like he de-aged himself.
Maybe in the darkness he looks younger, and in the light he looks older.
But look at Lex, Jimmy. There, I just wonder, is his identity still public knowledge after he did that? And Michael Bendis, I stopped reading Superman comics because him outing himself was just dumb to me.
Well, that's gonna get retcon. Like that's what DC. That's what DC does. Like they never stick to
Please retcon it, please.
See, Bizarro, Silver Banshee, Lex, Livewire. I guess this is Solomon Grundy. No idea who this is supposed to be. And then Jimmy Lowe was Perry. Ron Troop, maybe? Mercy Grace, Lex Luthor, and obviously Superman.
Is that Parasite down there?
Oh my god, didn't even see.
Dope. Hey, when I go to my comic book shop this weekend, I'm telling them to sign me up for this. Well, I think I'm just signed up for Superman in general, so I might get these by proxy whenever they start, but I'll give these a read.
When you do, ask the comic book clerk if are they gonna is this in the Promise universe, or are they gonna flip to page 22 and say it's actually on Earth Todd?
I just read Chainsaw Reacts. Titans will end when I say it.
The regime changes at both the CW and WB is. Yeah, honestly, it is. I read that Greg Berlanti had no choice but to cancel shows. It sucks, but hey, that's the world we live in. Well, Diggle had major beef with Barry. Barry did erase Diggle's art. That's true.
But did you see Crisis on Infinite Earths? Because they brought her back.
She was referring to what he was saying with the whole beef in season 3 thing. When he
didn't know she existed to begin with, so he didn't have that emotion of losing his daughter. Well, knowing that he had a daughter and not really realizing she existed.
Yeah, but when the shock of that, that's like getting hit with a ton of bricks. Like you erased the whole kid, dude. Like
on accident.
Lance, what kid were you on when the Arrowverse started? I was still living with my parents.
Same here.
I was going to my girlfriend's house to watch all of these shows, and we just had a joint Amazon Prime account, and we watched all of them on Prime Video the day after they aired. We cut on her PlayStation, went to Amazon Prime, and we had the seasons. Like we bought the entire season before it started, and we watched it the day after. We did the same thing for all the shows we watched, for Teen Wolf, for everything. Then when we got married, that's when we got cable together, and we started doing it that way. Dreamers in the Flash season 9, according to Canada Graphs. That may very well be true because they were trying to get a Supergirl vet on the set, and she is currently in Vancouver. Yes,
they're trying to get a Supergirl character. I never heard of that one. I'm kidding. I know. I know.
I'm about to say, am I crazy?
No, listen, trust me. Like I'm still having flashbacks to like when he just very casually dropped it, and I'm like, either he's messing with me, or I thought I was supposed I missed something. So, but I guess we'll find out soon.
Okay, but
he's kidding. He's kidding. Yeah, Canada likes to call me Andrew because he thought my full name was Andrew. I'm like, no, I'm legally named Andy. I promise you. But he's not okay. He's not okay with it. He wants it to be.
Never forget the greatest villain of the Arrowverse, the Chaos. Hey, the Chainsaw in the chat is funny because he's bringing up a lot of good stuff. Like come on.
Which cicada? The second one or the first one?
Well, honestly, the second one was just irritating.
What's funny is the second one.
He told you that it wasn't like that anymore, but you're still crazy.
What's funny is
still him.
Yeah. What's funny is the second one is actually from Smallville.
I know. I cannot believe.
Oh my God.
She died.
Rest in peace, Alicia.
Yeah, she died in the.
That is Alicia. I was trying to place her face the entire time when I was rewatching.
Where did I know her from? Smallville.
And
Robert
then,
Blake.
And they completely wasted her.
I think that was a bad Apple advertisement. I think the new CW Next Star is like, hey, we're gonna bring back Dare to Defy, but we're all gonna have on the new Apple AirPods. Oh, and
Hey,
we're gonna
so
use
you don't freak
Stevie.
out. Supergirl's mom, the recast version, is Lois from Smallville. Just so you
Oh
know.
well, yeah. Well, it's hilarious. Now that I think about it, remember how they said their target demographic was 50 and up, and they just used the Stevie Wonder song in their.
I didn't know I was supposed to be 58, but okay.
I said I literally I made a whole thread on Twitter today. You got all of these dope Dare to Defy jingles, and you go get a Stevie Wonder something out. Stevie Wonder is the GOAT. I love his music, but not on the CW.
Mm-mm.
Like, call me crazy, but not on the CW. No.
I remember back when CW, like when they did that TV to talk about promos, like they were also catchy, but like they also got cringe towards the end. So when they brought in Dare to Defy, I'm like, okay, it's kind of okay. And then the songs every year were like fine, kind of okay, all right. But then eventually, like I'm like, I'm out because they don't even stand for this message anymore. So
It kind of makes me miss Smallville when they did the promos for each season and weeks where they're all dressed up really nice and they do the slow turn like the intro.
oh yeah, those were the days.
Yeah, those were awesome.
So I got a few more minutes before I jump on Eric's stream. The other things, well, I covered the Titans stuff. Other thing I want to talk about is, if you guys didn't know, I today just started a Teen Wolf group chat on Facebook because I was in a chat and, well, the admins are like spam pages and they allow anybody to post anything. Like, you will not believe how many people didn't realize that Google has a lot of false information when it comes to movies and whatnot, and they really thought that Paramount Plus was going to drop a film on the 15th with no promotion, no official release date,
Mm.
and without the showrunner saying anything. Like, it was literally people on there talking about it's just a Paramount Plus film. It's not big budget. So have you not seen the stuff that Paramount Plus drops?
Mm-hmm.
They have a budget. And why would you? And they was like, well, they didn't take any professional photo. The actors were literally teasing the fact that they were taking promotional photos. You think they just did that for their health? Like, they brought you don't think they're going to pay for promotion? And they had to fly Tyler Hoechlin out from Vancouver several times. They had that man pick his own son several times.
Mhm.
And you think, we're gonna drop it as a surprise. We're gonna drop it as a surprise. We're not gonna tell anybody. We're just gonna drop it. You know how many people would not see that?
Yeah.
So I got tired of the group. It's just so many dumb questions that get asked in this group. I started my own Teen Wolf group because, well, I had to. Teen Wolf is another thing that I love. I had to. Triple X, how do I think that Allison is back? Honestly, I think Allison is possessed by the Nugetsune. You know, that spirit can reincarnate a dead body. Now, she has been dead for at least 16 years at this point because it's a 15-year time jump.
They're jumping that far ahead. Oh wow.
So
Yeah, they're jumping to 2026.
is Styles really dead because he
Styles
he
isn't
came back.
dead. Styles isn't dead. He's just
No, I mean like he was possessed by the
Yeah,
Nagissane. So
but that was a different type of possession. I
So
think
that-
you can possess a dead body and you can possess people that are weak-minded.
well, he ain't weak.
In his mind, he is. He's not as strong. You can't break you. You can't be more than one thing, so you can't inhabit a supernatural creature.
Mhm.
Trying to get a hunter like Allison at that point, she's too strong-willed. Styles was torn in several different places at once. He was a hyperactive spaz. That was the perfect person.
But he's
to get.
also a genius.
He may be a genius, but it's still the perfect person to get. You inhabit the person that would least expect it, especially after they just brought themselves back to life. So the Nugitsune technically did possess a dead body.
But since Styles was able to kind of be reborn after he's possessed,
Yeah.
that would mean Allison could actually come back full time.
I don't think that they're going to do that, because one death was a literal natural death. In both instances, with the original Nugitsune being Reese, he was burnt to death, and with her, well, she was stabbed in the stomach, and they said it was a mugger that did it, and they thought it was a knife. Obviously, the police force just
Don't you remember she was
Stilinski
stabbed
knows.
by a
Stilinski knows
sword?
what's going on, but they can't say, "Oh, it was a robbery. The dude pulled out a sword and stabbed her." The police will be like, "Why did they stab her with the sword? Why is a robber running around with a katana?"
I'm going to laugh so hard if none of this pans out to be it at all. And what we find out is that actually they're going to be like, you know what? This whole time travel multiverse thing seems to be really hot right now. Why don't we just create a demon that just can travel into other universes and just happens to look like? Listen. It wouldn't at this point with Jeff Davis, because listen, I love Teen Wolf.
Hey,
Some of those final seasons drove me a little insane. And at that point, I'm like, okay, this man is capable of anything. So
And why isn't there vampires if there's werewolves?
maybe that's it.
Actually, he said he didn't want werewolves, and he didn't want vampires. And honestly, he's doing the same thing with this other show, Wolfpack, which, guys, Wolfpack is not a spinoff. Do not listen to clickbait articles. He told us from the jump this show was not a spinoff. It's just another show he's working on. Now, from that trailer, the werewolf prosthetics look the same, but it was just a sneak peek. I hope they don't look the same, because that's just going to confuse people that don't have a lot of brain power. We just got to wait and see. And yes, Laura, Teen Wolf is a great show, especially for, it coming out back in like 2011 and being on MTV at that.
MTV out of all places.
Out of all places, MTV.
I thought my sister was just.
It's kind of funny that there were
more mature. It's a more mature like CW vibe, but CW 10 times better.
It's CW if they could actually be dark every hour.
What's kind of funny is they were arguably criticizing Tyler Hood Channel's acting. I'm like, he was never a CW person. He was a movie and TV MTV, more mature content. He's like the GOAT of acting right now.
Yep. Oh, and you guys saw in the trailer, even my wife watched the trailer, and she looked at me, she said, "Hey, that's not Derek anymore." I said, "What do you mean?" "That's Clark."
You know what? I can see what she means, because it took a hot second for me to just like. Am I watching? Because I wasn't sure. Like, what am I watching Super Lois? Am I watching? Because again, at this point, like they almost dressed the same.
What's kind of funny is during the 6th episode of Superman Lois, his eyes turn red. I'm like, that's Derek.
Alpha Derek.
But it's like, oh, but then people are complaining, talking about how did she overpower him? First of all, that's not really Allison. It might be Allison, but it's not the Allison we know. Like
it's Herb Todd helping Allison.
Yeah, basically. Oh wow. But they even announced. Oh, first of all, MTV and Paramount is keeping this so tight-lipped about what's going on. They threatened them before they went to New York Comic Con. They said, you could talk about anything else. Do not talk about Allison. Why in the hell would they still send Crystal Reed to Comic Con?
Oh, that's just the marketing machine doing its work. They have to have some of their bigger stars there.
Yeah.
But
it was like, don't say anything about her. I'm like, okay, I get that. That lets you know it's not the real Allison. Even she said this Allison is something completely different, and it's what made her want to come back to the role in the first place. I'm glad she did. They probably should have used some de-aging if it's supposed to be the Allison that we knew, because well, she does not look the same.
Unless
She paused a little bit with when Derek said Allison.
Yeah,
She
but
was
you
like,
could
"What
tell,
the heck?"
like, it's basically like looking like who? But it's like, and then people were complaining that he. We got a few more minutes. People were complaining that he was talking like that. Oh, he was letting her overpower him. Yada yada. Well, if you just realize that a girl that has been dead for several years now
Mhm.
trying to literally tried to kill your son that hasn't done anything to anybody. He doesn't even have powers yet in a high school locker room.
And keep in mind, Derek Hale is actually changed. He
Bro,
thinks of her as an ally right now, so
exactly.
he's right. He's not going to kill her.
It's a shocking thing. How are you here? I thought you were dead. Oh, let me snap out of this because you're trying to kill me. When he threw her, he didn't throw her soft. He threw her like a rag doll, which was freaking hilarious the way she flew across the room. But her aim is like so, and you could tell, like even Tyler Posey was saying like Scott's like the pack hasn't been together, which I understand. Like they probably get together and hang out over the years, but there has been no danger in Beacon Hills, so it's been no need, which is something that's I like that. That means it's been peaceful. So that brings me to this, and I'm gonna wrap the chat up with this, and we'll be back next week. I'm gonna wrap the chat up with
not
this.
walking away from that one.
Wow. I'm gonna wrap the chat up with this because I'm about to hop over on Eric's stream. You know how Eli has not, they had to let us know Eli is a wolf. He's just not able to transform yet because he hasn't fully shifted yet. He hasn't triggered that. I honestly think seeing his dad hurt is going to trigger it because we don't know what triggers a born wolf's, transformation. We just know there have been no little baby wolves, running around killing other kids at daycares.
Baby wolves.
Like Derek didn't trigger his transformation until he's 15. So maybe seeing his dad literally with her aim was perfect. Like she did that on purpose. She wanted him to suffer. Like
She's gonna be. I go by Ali now, and I run my own code.
Jugular. Like it was a perfect. I said, "Dang, Derek, y'all ain't practiced in a minute." Like a lot of these fights is gonna be brutal to watch.
I think Derek is dying in this film.
I have a feeling Scott's going to save him.
No, because you see in the trailer, you see Scott and Malia running through the school, and Scott slides on the ground to cover somebody. I think that's when Scott comes in. They're not gonna bring Derek back and have him do all of this stuff for the film
And then to
kill him off. I don't, especially when you have your son. I don't think so. I hope not. But guys, I'm about to hop off here. I'll be on Derek's stream. We'll be back for the full time next week. Today is just a big day for the Arrowverse. As you know, it's a celebration. It's a celebrate. We're gonna celebrate the good times. Ignore the bad times, which was all of April, May, June, July. I think stuff got canceled in August. I think September is when all of this scandalous stuff about Zaslav came out too. I'm just waiting for more bad. Well, we got good news this month with Henry Cavill, but
let DJ Eric know that I'm available for if he wants to invite me.
Okay. But guys, we will be back here next week for the full time. Nothing is gonna stop me from having our stream. We're gonna be right back here at 5:30 my time, whatever time it is for you guys, wherever you are in the world. And yes, my other Teen Wolf is good. I recommend it. Check it out. I'm your big brother. You have to listen to me. I will. I don't know. You have to listen to me. You have no choice. All right. It's very good. But guys, I will check you all later. I should see you in the chat, Andy, over there.
Oh yeah, I'll be in the chat. I'll be in the chat. Say hi.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Thanks for joining today.
See you later.
Bye.